and welcome to healthyhouseplants.com. Today we're going to talk about rooting, or actually propagating, African violets and with leaf cuttings. It's a really quick and easy way to get new African violet plants. And as you probably know, and why you're watching the video in the first place, is they are beautiful and they bloom really well indoors. So as I mentioned, they do really well from leaf cuttings. So I started this a couple of months ago, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but I want to show you the results once they get going. So there are many plants that will root from leaf cuttings, and African violets do really well with that. And I'm going to show you a little close-up here. You will see the roots on here. This was 2 months ago planted, and you'll see the little baby leaves right there. And those little baby leaves are going to be the new plant. What will eventually happen, I'm going to be raising this up for you to show you. What we want to do at this point is to raise it up so the roots are still down but the leaves are up, so that the leaves will grow bigger. Once those leaves have gotten to about the size of 1/4 of an inch or so to 1/2 of an inch, then the whole thing can be planted in soil, and you'll have a whole new plant. At that point too, the mother leaf you will remove and have the new baby leaves grow for the new plant. So how do you get to this point? What you want to do is you want to start with some sort of a vessel that's going to hold water. Glass is preferable. These are actually milk bottles, which we do have on sale on the website, and they are really nice because you'll see you have a lot of root room, because these roots that I did show you are going to continue to get longer and longer, and it's better if they can stretch downwards as opposed to being all balled up in the bottom. It's not the end of the world, but it's just better growth for them. Okay, so you would fill it up with lukewarm, tepid water. You don't want cold, because and you don't want hot, because either one would be too much for the plants. Fill it up with the water, and then what you do is you take some plastic wrap and you put it, if you don't have these things on top, it's easier, but you can still do this to give you an idea. Put it on as tight as possible. You can even secure it or twist. I do that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it's taut. Take something like a wooden skewer, something that you can make a hole with, which is about the size of the leaf. And I'm going to put 2 in here, because you can fit about 2. I wouldn't do probably more than 2 in this size. Make nice holes. You can see there's the holes. Okay, now we're going to take the plant and we're going to do one of each. So what you want to do with the African violets, and this is actually a really good time when you are propagating, making new plants, to also prune them. And what you want to do with African violets is you prune from the outside. So you can see here, this one we obviously want to take off because it's broken. This is not a leaf that we want to use for propagating either, so we're going to discard that. We're going to keep pruning though. We're going to look for, what you want is a leaf that's not real old, but mature. So a leaf that's not getting ready to go bad, but one that is basically like an adolescent age or so. Take it off and to give it a fairly long, like 2 inches to it, and then you're going to stick it in the water, as you can see here, and you're going to do all the way down so the leaf, the top, so the leaf has good anchorage there and it's not falling over. And then we're going to do it with this one over here, same thing. And we're going to look for where we'd want to prune off. These yellow ones I'm pruning just because they're getting ready to be done. This one right here is a really nice one. So you want to look for nice bright shiny leaves, really full of buoyant, so they're full of water. Now as you can see, I'm doing this with my fingers. You can also do it with pruners. One thing you do want to do is you don't want it, I'm glad this happened, because you don't want it all rough like this. So you want a nice cut, but it's better a cut actually on an angle if you can, because you'll have more root coverage that way. Just a little bit of an angle there. Sticking this one in. There we go. So that one goes in nicely. And you want it in a bright location, medium to bright light. It does not have to be in sun. And you will have a perfect African violets to add to your collection. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for visiting. Please leave comments about any other indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.